Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we will study NEBOSH IG1 paper, the previous NEBOSH IG1 paper, and we will learn in this lecture the techniques that how we will solve the paper. So in this lecture, we will study the scenario, the whole scenario, and tomorrow we will solve all the questions. Today we have two subjects, NEBOSH IG1 paper and the other one is the risk assessment. And today we will complete the risk assessment. We will finish the risk assessment. So in NEBOSH paper, we need to learn some techniques that how we will solve the papers. This is NEBOSH IG1 paper. And this is open book exam. This means then we can take information from anywhere, from books, from different websites, because we already studied some websites, sources of information we already studied in NEBOSH IG1 book in element 1. We can use the slides, NEBOSH RRC books, different sources we can use and for this paper to solve the paper. And we have 24 hours to solve this paper, 24 hours. The paper will be start 11 o'clock of UK standards, BST, British Standard Time, 11 o'clock UK time. That means in UAE, the paper will start 2 o'clock. In Pakistan, 3 o'clock. In India, 1 o'clock, like that, 4 o'clock, like that. So in this paper, first of all, we need some techniques to learn that how we will solve the paper. So for this paper, we will use 3,000 words. 3,000 words. And for every marks, we need one technical point. For 1 marks, we need 1 technical points. So we will learn. In the scenario, the NEBOSH scenario, that depend a small company or one organization. In the scenario, please remember the culture of the scenario. First of all, we will highlight the cultures of the scenario. We already studied in element number 3 that the culture may be negative or may be positive. But we will highlight the negative indicators and also the positive indicators. Both indicators we will highlight. The other things in the scenario, they will give the structure of the organization. After the structure of the organizations, they will mention the culture, negative and positive, both points. In some scenario, the negative points are more. In some scenario, the positive points are more. And in the scenario, they will also mention the induction training, risk assessment, the training, different type of trainings. They will also mention in the scenario, they will also mention accident or incidents. And on that accident or incidents and the culture of the organization, we will answer the whole questions. We will answer on that. So we will practice this. After this practice, inshallah, you will learn. And after finishing this scenario, I will give some important answer, and you need to study that answer. But after finishing the scenario, okay, this first scenario. So in the scenario, they mention you are a full-time worker at busy retail store selling shoes and shoe care products. The store is open 9 to 18 Monday to Saturday and 10 to 16 on Sunday. It is located within a large shopping centers. So we will highlight the points, the negative points and the positive points. So in this scenario, they mention the time. We already highlight this color. This is for, we will use for positive, because this is a positive point that they are doing the duty. So in one sense, this is a positive because from 9 to 6 o'clock, the duty hour is 9 hours. So this color we are using for negative, because in this, that is showing 9 hours means that they are doing the 1 hour extra duty. So they are not taking care of health and safety, because according to international law, we are working 8 hours. And also they are doing the duty on the Sunday, because the Sunday we need to take rest, but they are doing the duty. So this, we can use this as a negative point, negative, showing negative culture of the organization, because they need proper 8 hour duties and they need the Sunday off. There are 4 other full-time workers, or they can mention that for the Sunday they have other workers. They can mention that their 1 day off for every workers, but they didn't mention here. There are 4 other full-time workers. One is you and 4 other full-time workers, 2 part-time workers covering weekends, and a new store manager who joined the team 3 months ago. The previous store managers left the role 6 months ago. That means 3 months there was no manager. And this manager, this new manager joined the company 3 months ago. You have been employed at the store for 10 years. You are working for 10 years in the stores, so you are experienced person. Temporary workers are usually employed by the store during busy seasonal sales periods on a short-term contracts ranging from a couple of days to a couple of weeks. So they are talking in this sentence that temporary workers, they are working on seasonal sales period. When the sales is more, the company employ the temporary workers, and they're working from a couple of days to couple of weeks in this company. In the next paragraph, on the second floor of building, there is a stock room with a high ceiling that is accessed by stairs from the back of the store. Within the stock room, there is a floor to ceiling shoe racking to optimize the space. The racking is designed in a way that allows quick retrieval of stock, so customers are not left waiting for too long. So this is a positive point, because they make the racking in a good way, and due to that, the customers are not waiting for a long time. This showing positive points of the company. The previous store manager did not like having customers being kept waiting, and workers still feel under pressure to get to customer quickly. Because this due to previous manager, the previous manager make the racks in that way, and that he don't like that customer wait for a long time, and he want the quick service to serve the customer. But here we observed that the previous manager focus was only on production, not on health and safety. Often 2 or 3 customers are served at the same time during busy periods. So workers tend to fetch multiple boxes of shoes from the stockroom in one trip to save time and energy. This is a negative sentence, because one time they're serving 2-3 customers and they're fetching multiple boxes, which is overload for the workers, and which showing negative culture of the organization, because this overload is creating psychological effects, because if they're working in this way, there will be accidents. This negative culture of the organization, they're not caring for health and safety of the workers. For this, they need more workers. More workers to serve the customer. Although the current store managers works on the shop floor, they spend most of their time at the cash register serving customer. So the manager, the current store manager that is hired by this company 3 months ago, he is only serving customers, and he is spend most of the time on cash register. He is not caring about health and safety. He need to visit the store. He need to check the health and safety aspects or health and safety factors in the store, because he is the manager, and the manager should be committed to health and safety. We already studied this is showing the top management. He is the manager and he need to commit it to health and safety, but his focus is only on production or cash generation, and this is showing negative factor of this organization. To help improve serving time, the previous store managers implemented your suggestion of placing popular items on racking near the front of the stock room. This sentence is showing positive culture, because the previous store manager take feedback from the workers and they tell to them that give me your suggestion for how to serve the customers in a fast way, in a quick way, and how to make this racking system in the stock room that we will fast, that we will quickly serve the customers. Shoes that have been tried to be on customers and not bought are returned to the stock room immediately and put back in their original place. Because this everywhere like that, because the customers are trying the shoes. If they don't like, they will leave there. So then the workers will return to their original racking place. In the stock room, a small lockable step ladder and step tools are shared between yourself and other workers so that stock stored on higher shelves can be reached safely. This is positive point in this scenario, because they have a lockable step ladder. They have a step ladder that is lockable. And even they have step tools that they are using for the higher shells or for the height work. This is showing the positive aspect or positive factor of this scenario. Sundries such as shoes, polish, laces, shoe protector products are expected to be offered and sold once a customer decides to purchase a pair of shoes. So they have sundries, and that sundries that is a byproduct with these shoes. The sundries, polish, laces of the shoes, shoe protect products are available, and they are also, the workers are also offering to the customers when they purchase the shoes from the store. The sale targets around this are set by the store manager, and a small commission is earned by the workers for any sundries sold. So this sentence is negative sentence. So they put the target for the sales. And the manager told to them, when you sold the sundries with the shoes, you will earn commission. So which is showing only the commitment to production, not to health and safety. Because there, in this scenario, there is, up to this time, there is nothing about health and safety. Only focus on production, only to serve the customer in quick way and fast way, which may lead the accidents, because they need to focus on health and safety. In a previous role, you have completed a national general certificate in occupational health and safety. Negative, positive factor, because you have national general certificate in occupational health and safety. This national general certificate, that is NEBOSH national general certificate. If you are in England, they will offer you a national general certificate in NEBOSH. If you are outside from England, then the certificate will be international NEBOSH and international general certificate. Okay, so this worker, the experienced worker have national general certificate in occupational health and safety, which is showing positive factor because he know about health and safety. Because of this, the previous store managers involve you in some health and safety matters from time to time, such as risk assessment and information and an informal induction for new temporary and permanent workers. Due to this qualification of health and safety, due to that, the previous store manager involve you in health and safety matters. And he involved you in risk assessment, which is a good point, which is showing positive indicators. And even you give the new temporary and permanent workers informal inductions. And one side, this informal induction is positive because at least they are giving induction to the workers. But the other side, this is informal. We need proper formal inductions, written inductions. We need full induction to the workers to understand health and safety in the workplace. Most of the advice you give before new workers starts come from your own experience, such as showing them how to handle a heavy stock, as there is nothing official written down. This is totally negative because you are giving the induction from your own experience. If your experience is wrong, that means your induction is wrong. And there is nothing about official, nothing written about health and safety, that how to handle, that how no procedure for inductions. Only you are using your own experience and you are telling to them that how you will handle to heavy stocks. So this is not a sufficient induction. We need to inform the worker about health and safety policy, risk assessment, emergency procedures. We already studied this in element number 3. Check that induction training. You also try to spend a day with the new workers before leaving them on their own. But this is not always possible. This is a positive point that you are spent one day, but always this is not a possible. Again, the other side is negative indicator of health and safety, because you then, if you want to spend, you need to spend to every worker this one day. You notice that the current store manager is not health and safety aware, and occupationally they have delegated health and safety responsibility to you, like the previous store manager did. You also observe that the current manager, he don't know about health and safety. So the company hired incompetent person that he don't know about health and safety, and therefore he gave this responsibility to you. In the other side, this is positive, that he know that you are NEBOSH holder or you have certificate in occupational health and safety. Therefore, he know that you know about health and safety, and he gave to you this responsibility. You enjoy your job as you get to meet a variety of customers, and it involves plenty of exercise going up and down the stairs to get different shoe sizes and styles. You often joke that you save money on a health and club membership, and this job is your gym workout. So this sentence, these two sentences showing very negative, because you are the one, you have the certificates of health and safety, and you are the one, the manager given to you this responsibility, but you use the words that you are telling that you are enjoying going up and down. You need to make procedures, and you need to make some procedures, some good procedures, some good instruction, and give to this managers for this type of activities, because these activities may be hazardous for health and safety. Many of your colleagues choose to wear fashionable footwear such as heels, open-toed shoes, and unlaced trainer to work. This is also a negative sentence, because they are using fashionable heel footwears, which due to which can be accident in this organization. And even the shoes is open to unlaced, so also showing negative factor of this organization. You used to wear nice fashionable shoes during work hours, but due to aching feet and calls, not to mention a few near miss trips down the stairs when carrying boxes, you have decided to wear flat shoes only. You also use these fashionable shoes, but you have some aching in your feet due to this heel shoes, and even there was some near misses when you are using the stair and carrying the boxes. So due to that, you decided that you will wear only flat shoes. The flat shoes is a positive, but you have some near misses. That near misses should be reported. And before you were also use this fashionable shoes. In one side, this is a negative, but in the other sides that you learn from that and use these flat shoes. But you need to tell the other workers, this lesson learned should be told to the other workers, that because you are the one that know about health and safety in this organization, and you need to tell to the other workers the pros and cons of these heel shoes. You mentioned this to the current store manager, who says they will check and update the risk assessment when they have time. When they have time, because you told this new manager about this near misses and this heel shoes that is using by the workers. But what is his response? He told to you that when he have the time, then he will update the risk assessment. Very negative. He need to update the risk assessment on the spot, because he is the one, he is the top management here, and he should be committed to health and safety. We already studied the element number 3. When we will improve the organization, the top management should be committed to health and safety, and he should be visible to all the other workers. But here he told to you that when he will time, then he will update the risk assessment and he will see. This is a negative, is showing the negative factor of the organization. Seasonal changes in stock and in recent employment of temporary workers have left the stock room in a mess because the seasonal changes of the shoes. This is seasonal changes in available in every country stores. So the temporary workers, they left the stock rooms in a mess, means that they put the shoes here and there without housekeeping. Stock has been put in the wrong place or left on the floor, making it harder to find. So they left the shoes on the floor, and that was harder for the workers to find out the shoes. You tell, these are showing the negative, because they need to put these things in a proper place, because due to this they can be trip hazards or slip hazards. You tell the current store manager that over the last few years you have observed many near misses in the stock room. You tell that you observed many near misses in this stock room. Some of these near misses include shoe boxes falling from height, trips over boxes not put away properly, and the use of broken step ladder. You tell to the manager, this current store manager, that you observed in few years a lot of these observations, these near misses, and these near misses falling from height, boxes are falling from height, trip over boxes, but these observation, these near misses were not recorded. At least you tell to them this is positive, but you need, because you are the HEC person in this organization, you need to record these things. You tell the other manager also that we need proper record for these type of things. You also have some ideas on how to make the stock room safer and how to utilize this space better. You also know that how we will save the stock room and how we will utilize this space in a better way. But this is a positive indication. The current store manager asks you where they could find information on near misses. He asked from you because you told to him in the past few years we have a near misses, but he told to you where the near miss information is available. You assume that the previous store manager would have dealt with them. The previous store manager dealt with the near miss, as you were never asked to become involved, because he not involve you in that near miss, therefore you don't know. You are not even sure if the workers know that any near miss should be reported, as this information is not something you have been told to give during the induction. Because you tell to him, the worker also don't know, because during the induction we already studied in element number 3 that during the induction we need proper reporting system, proper reporting, investigating of any near miss, any incidents. But here they don't know, the worker don't know, and that is not available in the induction training. This leads, you also suggest that these should have been recorded. You suggest that these near misses should be recorded. You suggest it to the managers, but in reality they don't have. This lead you on to the subject of having information written down to show new workers, because if the previous manager recorded these all near misses, on the basis of that, the induction that you are giving to the workers, on the basis of that, the induction will be adequate. But unfortunately, there was no recorded information about this near misses. You explain that everything you tell the worker is from memory, and you are never sure if you have remembered to tell them everything they need to know. So this is very negative of this organization, negative factors of this organization. You tell to them, tell to the manager, you told to the managers that you are giving the induction from your memory, and you also accept your mistake that you are not sure that everything that you remember, and tell to them what the workers need for the organization, for the health and safety, because they don't have any written any things about health and safety. So because we need a sufficient and proper induction training, a written induction training. A few days later, an accident occurred involving one of the workers. Accident happened. I already told you the accident or near miss will be happen. In every scenario, this may be happen. A customer comes into the store with 2 children and chooses several shoes in different sizes for the children to try on. Customer came to the store and he chooses several shoes for his children. The worker serving the customer is flustered as the children are crying and the customer is obviously in hurry. The worker was in very hurry because the children of the customer crying. But this is not the way that when we are working in a place, if there is anything, we need proper health and safety procedures. We don't need fast, we don't need in a hurry, because due to this the accident may be happen. This is unsafe act. This is showing unsafe act, this worker, because during the induction training this is not mentioned. There is no procedure for health and safety. There is no job description. There is no job training. In this scenario, we didn't study about job training. And the scenario is only mentioning about the production. The worker rushes down the stairs with several pairs of shoes in an attempt to help customer decide on their purchase quickly. Carrying 4 boxes of shoes, they trip halfway down the stairs, turning their ankle, which results in rapid swelling and tenderness. So due to this, that vast and unsafe action of this workers, he injured He tripped and injured due to his unsafe action. This accident happened because this is accident. This is injury accident. We already studied the types of accidents, injury accident, and property damage accident. But this is injury accident because the worker injured due to don't know about how to do the work. You go to help the workers picking up one of the workers' heel shoes and the damaged boxes of the shoes that fell down the stairs. The Zoom time is, I think, 1 minute is remaining. Again, we will log in and we will start from this place. Okay. So again, I am going to log in. Okay.